Hare Krishna. We continue our review of the 6th chapter, Dhyan Yoga. This is by ISKCON Malaysia. They had done this PowerPoint. So Arjuna said, "O Krishna, what is the destination of the unsuccessful transcendentalist who in the beginning takes to the process of self-realization with faith, but who later desists due to worldly mindedness and does not attain perfection in mysticism? O mighty armed Krishna, does not such a man who is bewildered from the path of transcendence fall away from both spiritual and material success and perish like a riven cloud with no position in any sphere?" So Arjuna is saying, someone takes up spirituality, someone takes up the path of self-realization, but they may not be able to complete it. Now, because they took up the path of self-realization, for that time, they were not able to do their material. They were not able to progress materially. So Arjuna is saying, so he didn't even find perfection in spiritual life. And then he didn't even focus on his material life. Doesn't it become like, oh, he's nowhere? He's neither received perfection, spiritual perfection. Now materially also he's lost his material position. Isn't like he's like nowhere? This is Arjuna's doubt. What's going to happen? So Krishna is replying, the unsuccessful yogi, after many, many years of enjoyment on the planets of the pious living entities, is born into a family of righteous people or into a family of rich aristocracy. So the yogi who has done, the transcendentalist who did for a short time, he will go to a higher planet to enjoy the results, then he'll come down to this earth, and when he comes back to the earth, he will be born in family of pious living beings, pious living beings, or he may be in the family of very rich merchants, rich aristocratic people. So he may be either born in the, and then, or if unsuccessful, after long practice of yoga, he takes his birth in a family of transcendentalists who are surely great in wisdom. Such a birth is certainly rare in this world. So Krishna is saying someone who really took up the spirituality for a long time means they've progressed so much in their consciousness. So they will be born in a family where from the beginning of their birth, they can immediately again take up the process of devotional service. But this kind of birth is very rare. Krishna is saying it's a very rare birth. And in the purport, Srila Prabhupada says that he had the good fortune of taking birth in such a family, Vaishnava family, and also his spiritual master, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, was born to Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. They are great acharyas, born in the family of the acharyas. So such a birth is certainly very, very rare. And reading on, and when the yogi engages himself with sincere endeavor in making further progress, being washed of all contaminations, then ultimately achieving perfection after many, many births of practice, he attains the supreme goal. So Krishna is saying that it's not lost. It's not that, oh, because Arjuna was saying, well, he didn't get spiritual perfection and now materially also he's nowhere. What's going to happen to him? Krishna is saying there's no loss. He's going to leave his body. Next life, he's going to go to heavenly planets, enjoy so much, come down again, born in a nice pious family. Pious family means again so much enjoyment, more peaceful, or of rich merchants, aristocratic people, again enjoyment. And also given a chance to take up Krishna consciousness. And if someone has done it for a long time, immediately again taking up Krishna consciousness. So Krishna is showing that there is no loss, that once one starts his journey in Krishna consciousness, no matter how much that person has done, it's never lost. In the next life, they will start from that point. So, and Krishna is saying that, well, this is of the Ashtanga yogi, that the Ashtanga yogi then it takes him many, many births of practice and he will attain the supreme goal. But Srila Prabhupada told us, take up this Krishna consciousness movement with all your heart and make this life your last life. Don't take birth again in the material world. Don't wait for another life. Srila Prabhupada told us that don't, this material world is a dangerous place. Why do you want to come back here? Perfect your Krishna consciousness in this life and go back home, back to Godhead. So Krishna is saying in the last verse of this chapter, yoginam api sarvesham madkatenantaratmana shraddhavan bhajate yomam same yukta tamo mataha. And of all the yogis, the one with great faith who always abides in me, thinks of me within himself and renders transcendental loving service to me. He is the most intimately united with me in yoga and is the highest of all. That is my opinion. So Krishna is giving his opinion now that who is the highest yogi. And Krishna is saying that the bhakti yogi, the bhakta, is the highest yogi because the bhakta has his mind fixed on Krishna. He's Krishna conscious. He's doing everything for the pleasure of Krishna. Here we are seeing the photo of Srila Prabhupada with the devotees. And here we are seeing a devotee offering a lamp to the deity. So this is what the devotees do. And Krishna is saying that the devotee is the highest yogi. He's most intimately united with me in yoga and is the highest of all. So we are encouraged to become devotees, to get intimately united with Krishna. You're all encouraged. So the yoga ladder here, yoga ladder is there, the ladder, and then there are different rungs on the ladder. So karma is the lowest of the ladder. Then if we do karma, we do it properly, then we can get gyan, because then when we are doing karma, we are inviting the saintly persons to do some sacrifices for us. Then the saintly people will give us some knowledge. So that's gyan. Then they will give us knowledge. Oh, you're doing so much, but you're not the body, you're the soul. And then comes knowledge. Then we further progress in the yoga ladder. We come to dhyan, fixing the mind on Krishna by continuing the process of hearing and chanting. Then from Gyan, what happens is we can get attracted to the impersonal Brahman, the impersonal Brahma Jyoti, or we can continue towards Dhyan. So if we just stay here, then we will just be called as a Gyan Yogi, or we can progress further. Then progress further, taking up the do's and the don'ts, understanding, oh, I'm not God. God is God. I'm eternal part and parcel of God. So there are two. Then that comes us to dhyan. That comes us to samadhi, understanding, I'm not God. There is a super soul. I am the soul. There is super soul. Then when the Ashtanga yogi, he continues further in his progress, he comes to understand, oh, so we are two, the soul and the super soul. So what am I supposed to do? I'm supposed to engage in service of the super soul. So that's bhakti. That's bhakti. And so we can see that how bhakti is the topmost of the yoga ladder. And it includes all the results of karma, gyan, dhyan, everything. When we are engaging in bhakti, we can get the results of all karma, all gyan, all dhyan, and much more. Is that okay? Yes, no? That by that we finish the recap, the review of the 6th chapter. I don't know if you'll have any questions. Here is a cute photo saying Q&A. No? So if not, then we'll stop here. So we'll stop here. Thank you so much for listening in and joining in. Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Hare Krishna.